And you?
Um, the new Sky Sports Power Rankings have come out today, and you're absolutely bang at the top. You're the most informed player in the Premier League in any position, according to those stats. 3 goals, an assist in your last 3 games, 2 clean sheets as well. Do you feel as though you're in the best form of your career right now?
Yeah, I'd probably say at this moment in time, this is probably the best I've performed. And as you said, the recent results and performances have probably showed that as well.
You're ahead of Mo Salah. He's number 3. Emile Smith Rowe, who you've probably met for the first time today, is number 2. You're better than them.
No, I think at this moment in time, our team's performing well, and we're creating a lot of chances, so it's obviously helping. And we've got great players around us.
What does it do for confidence when you hear that you're the best of the bunch at the minute, the best player in the Premier League and on form?
No, of course, when you're playing week in, week out, and you're playing well, and the team's performing, you're keeping clean sheets and winning games in style. It obviously helps build everyone confidence.
Even with you in this exceptional run of form, you've still got a battle to get a starting place in this England squad at right back, such as the level of competition. So when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kyle Walker, your competition in this particular squad, compare their strengths and yours for me. How do you think you're slightly different as players? It's not a straightforward question, is it? I'm sorry,
it's not. No, I think each one of us have a different style of play. Trent's obviously been at the top for quite a few years now, and obviously Kyle Walker as well. So the competition is very tough, and there's obviously other fullbacks that are not here as well that are also at a very good level. So yeah, I mean, I'm competing with obviously very good players, so it's quite tough, and we just have to keep pushing each other.
Those 3 players I mentioned there, you're from Chelsea, Trent is obviously from Liverpool, Kyle Walker's from City, and it feels like those 3 are the 3 clubs involved in a 3-way battle for the Premier League title. How do you put that aside? Are you able to put that aside when you're with England, and how difficult is it?
Yeah, of course. When you come away, you kind of have to put club rivalry aside, and when we're here, we're one team, and our aim is to win. No matter who we're playing against. So yeah, we kind of have to put it aside and focus on our task here.
Is it easy to do that though?
No, it's not easy. We play most of our football for our clubs, and we want to win wherever we are.
Talk to me about Emile Smith Rowe, because it wasn't that long ago that you were, you called up by the senior squad and training on that big pitch for the first time. He's the newest senior caller. What do you make of the level of his performances in the Premier League recently? And did you see any nerves from him in training? How did he fit in?
No, I've always known he's a top player. He came to Chelsea when he was quite young, actually.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember playing with him and playing against him, even when he moved to Arsenal. So I always knew he was a top player. And I think this season he's shown how good he is and why he's been selected.
What was he like in training?
He's what he's like in games, everyone can see how well he is and how well he's been doing.
It's the atmosphere of this camp, created by Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland, I think, but also by the players that are in it, such as yourself, that any new player who comes in, particularly if they're a young player, they fit in, don't they? They're made to feel pretty welcome pretty quickly. How does that happen? How's that work?
Obviously, stepping up and coming into a new team is always difficult. So everyone knows how hard it is. So everyone tries extra hard to make the players feel welcome and uncomfortable as soon as they arrive.
2 more from me. Thomas Tuchel, you've had a bit of time to work with him now. What's he done to improve your game? How's he changed you, do you think?
I think the style of play, from last season, the start of last season to now, a lot's changed. Our formation's changed. What he demands from the players has changed. He wants everyone to kind of be attacking and be non-stop, constantly attacking the box. And I think that's helped this season so far.
Last one on England then. On paper, these 2 games coming up against Albania and San Marino are games that England ought to win comfortably. That's what the form guide and the FIFA rankings will tell you. Have you allowed yourself to think, after all the success that England had in the Euros, making it all the way to the final, of just what might happen in Qatar and how exciting that could be for you?
No, as you said, in football, anything can happen. We've seen that a number of times. we can't look too far ahead. You know, we've got 2 games that we need to win to qualify. And yeah, that's our first aim.
Thanks, Reece.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Carrie Brown, Bean Sports.
Hi, Reece.
Hi.
After having such an emphatic performance in the European Champions League final, you didn't probably get involved as much as you'd like to in that England team, in the regular 11 in the Euros. How did you deal with that? Who helped you deal with that? And how much has that got to be part of this squad when there's so much talent in it?
Yeah, obviously it's always tough, you know, not playing when you want to play and when maybe you feel like you should be playing. But as you said, that comes with how many good players there are in the team. You know, in every position there's 2 or 3 players that should be playing. That's how high the standard is. And obviously it's difficult to take, but it's part and parcel of football.
What were the conversations you had with Gareth during that tournament?
You know, football can change. As I said, at any moment, you know, anyone can get injured. You just have to stay prepared and keep ready. And when you're called upon, be ready to have an impact.
Both you and Ben were in that situation, both high quality players. What conversations did you have about making sure that you were going to get selected again, giving Gareth no choice?
Yeah, I think, you know, we just have to do what we do, you know, play at the highest level we can and don't let it affect us too much, you know, focus on what we're here and our aims.
And how much are you enjoying your performances at the moment?
Yeah, me and him and the rest of Chelsea are obviously we're playing well at the moment and the camp is good, you know, the atmosphere around the place is good. And I think that's shown on the pitch.
And in terms of the Chelsea Academy and how many of you have all come through, how much is that a support as well from the likes of Mason, people that are making it regularly into the starting 11, vice versa, that can all work at different stages of your career?
Yeah, I think it definitely helps, you know, playing with players that you've known for a longer time, you know. You don't just have a connection with them on the pitch, you know, I've known them off the pitch as well, so I think that definitely helps.
And looking to the World Cup, and you have to qualify for it, but we are in a World Cup qualifying campaign. When you were young, what was the standout moment for you in a World Cup?
One of the highlights I remember was when Germany won. That was probably one of the main highlights I remember when they won that World Cup.
And were there any particular international players that you look to? Any moments in the England squad?
No, I wouldn't say there's one particular moment. You know, we've done well in recent World Cups, and we're trying to qualify for this one and go all the way.
Your father's had such an important role with your sister to shape your hunger in this. You're always seeking improvement. What did he tell you from an early age, and what's he saying to you now?
No, he's always wanted the best for me. You know, he always pushes me every game, every session. Likewise for my sister as well. You know, wherever he thinks he can help, it always help. And yeah, here I am today. You
said earlier it's a dressing room full of winners. Is that when you get into that dressing room, is anything but winning the norm? Is that the expectation? Yeah, of course. You know, to be the best, you need to have that mentality. You know, you can't accept to lose or to draw and think it's okay. You know, to reach the level we all want to reach, winning's the only option. People probably expected England to have qualified a little earlier. Do you all feel that you've got a lot more to show at your true level? Yeah, of course. Maybe results haven't gone the way we would have liked, but you know, anything can happen in a football game, and you know, we're gonna hopefully put that right in our next 2 games and qualify.
Thanks, Karen. Next to Alex Howe, BBC.
Hi, Reece.
Hi.
Do you think the competition in the England team has pushed your club form?
Yeah, I think every competition helps, you know, raise everyone's game, everyone's performance. Yeah, I think that the level of even Premier League this season has increased. You know, a lot of big players and big teams are stepping up this season. And in training, I know there's a high level of competition. Is it a little bit sweeter when you beat one of the other right backs? Yeah, I mean, everyone, you know, we all want to win, even if it's in training or in games. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're one team, and you know, we all want the same objective.
And I think it was against Andorra you played in midfield as well. If that was the role you were given, do you feel you can show your best form there?
Yeah, I think wherever I play on the pitch, I'll try and give my best and help the team as much as I can, if that's right back or anywhere else on the pitch.
And Gareth said he picked this squad because it's a group of players he trusts to get the result and to qualify for the World Cup. Do you feel like a trusted international?
Well, yeah, as I said, if I wasn't trusted, I don't think I would be here, just like the rest of the players.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. I think that's it for the live section. So, yeah, we'll move on now to the section of bargain until 10:30 p.m. this evening. We'll start on Zoom.